Cool stuff. Attack Pack. McDonald's toys. 1994. Now, yeah. Got the toys right here. This is going to be kind of a short video. But, yeah, these completely slipped my radar. Now, when I was growing up and getting through life, you know, I was aware of the changeables and all this and all that. And I guess I was somewhat aware of these at the time. But I was just, going through school and doing this and that, and I don't know. It was 1994. Who knows? Like I kind of wish I journaled more or something. I don't know. I don't really remember stuff like I want to, but I don't know. But I have been doing extensive research and like looking at eBay and scouring stuff, and like I just came across these toys, and they're just really cool. And I guess I'll talk about them in order of favoritism, like my least favorite. This one looks like a little spaceship, right? And apparently Hot Wheels came out with a line or something. It's called the Attack Pack, right? Now, if these are a partnership with Hot Wheels, they're made in China. Mattel, yeah, it's Hot Wheels. Yeah. What's so weird about Hot Wheels is that Hot Wheels is known for having wheels on their toys. These don't have toys. These don't have wheels. I mean, and yeah, I don't really care about the production quality or the value of the of this video. I'm just kind of throwing this one together to kind of have it out of the way. Been meaning to do more cool stuff reviews, but yeah, there's a little button on the back, and you push the back of the button, and it has an eyeball with like teeth, and the detail on the inside. I might want to take some pictures. It's overcast today, but if I go out there and try to do my best with it, I might be able to get a good quality photo or two. But doesn't this remind you of the Technodrome from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? I am not familiar with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles universe as much as that. I guess I needed to be. I just remember those TMNT, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles FHE VHS tapes from Burger King. I think I might have one or two of those, but yeah, the detailing on the inside of like the mouth, it's very interesting. It's very interesting. It's very interesting the juxtaposition between machinery and a monster living inside of it. It's just kind of a interesting concept. It's very it's like some alien breed or something infiltrated. I don't know, like either they're using some sort of chameleon exoskeleton or something, and they're mimicking like machinery, but they don't fully understand how things work. So it's like they can't really tell the difference between an organic organism and like a machine in organism, so they merge the two, and it's very interesting. Got the one eye symbolism, right? You got just a weird mouth, and I mean, it makes more sense if you do it like this, because you're like, hey, what's up, but no, it opens up that way. Very interesting toy. Attack Pack, man. It's just weird. It's kind of like in the same category as Dragon Riders. It's just slipped my mind, but yeah, man, I've been scouring eBay and just looking at stuff about these toys, these fast food toys, and man, there's a lot more boring toys than there are good ones. Like growing up, I'd always be upset about the Happy Meal toys, because back I used to eat junk food and stuff I didn't need to be eating, and you know, you would go up to the drive-through window, or you'd go to the store, and they would have Barbie and Hot Wheels, like regular Hot Wheels toys, and I just was never really a big fan about Hot Wheels. I had a couple, but not like crazy. I was never into Hot Wheels like that. Hot Wheels is cool though. If you do go crazy into Hot Wheels, I think those tracks are cool, especially if it goes in a loop-de-loop, right? That's the whole deal with that. It's cool. It's cool, man. This one looks cool. This is just a, like just, is it a motorboat or is it a jet or something? Looks more like a motorboat. Looks like a motorboat. You're just going around. You're hitting the choppy water, the waves. You know, you just feel that sea air going by. You know, you just feel the cool air from the hitting the water and then hitting you, and then bam, it's got teeth. Isn't that crazy? Look at that. Looks insane. Looks insane. It's just so cool that these attack packs, they got teeth on them. Very cool. It's just got a little spring. Like all of these have little springs in them. And I got these on eBay, and there was a lot of 9 of them. There was 4, 2 of each type, but then I got a third one in a bag. So I got this one just kind of still in its package. I got a McDonald's toy here recently, and I took it out of the bag because I wanted to play with it. It's kind of counterproductive to get something and not play with it. But then again, I mean, it depends. I got one that I remember, but I kept in package, so it just depends on how I feel. Like I got some of those surprise prizes from Little Caesars, and I ordered some that was loose, but I didn't take any of them out of the package because I don't know. I just take things out of the package if I feel like it. Like I got some Dreamcast games that are like duplicates. I have some that aren't duplicates that are still in its packaging just because I don't like taking things out of its package necessarily. It just depends on how I feel. But yeah, this is a cool one. It's just looks like a motorboat with teeth, and this one just looks really cool. And I think that the creativity of the '90s just in general is really cool. And I feel like there's just been a lot lost with this weird homogenized culture that we live in now, where there's all this weird social engineering, and things just don't seem as real or as genuine or whatever. Anything that kind of slightly resembles genuine qualities just kills. Like yeah, you got the Avengers movies, which don't feel, they have social engineering in them, but they're not forced. They don't feel forced. And then you got the Star Wars Episode 9, and it's just like there's like long diehard Star Wars fans that are just boycotting Star Wars, and like I'm just a casual Star Wars fan, and like I'll go out and see these. I liked Rogue One, but I'm not going to see the Solo movie because of what they did with The Last Jedi, and just like researching that stuff online is just really kind of intriguing. I like keeping tabs on that stuff because disenfranchised fans is just kind of, I don't know, it's just really kind of unbelievable what the feminism and social justice warriors, what they're doing to these beloved franchises that typically men love, but it's just weird. Like I saw this MGTOW video where these 2 women assaulted a public service worker guy, and it was like really bad. Like they assaulted him, and then like he had to like go to the hospital like 3 times, and then there was a woman judge that acquitted the 2. And the female judge even said, "Hey, I know you must feel like an injustice has been done," or something. It's like, yeah, because there needed to be an example made. I don't know exactly where this is, but I subscribe to a bunch of MGTOW channels, and yeah, man, it's just really, it just makes you sick, right? It just makes you so upset, and you don't want to live your life being upset at stuff because of, you know what I mean? Like, so you just kind of, you become disappointed, and then you just kind of switch gears and focus on your life and stuff and try to protect yourself. But at the same time, man, it's just like, I'm really disappointed in just society and women and just them getting away with everything, but then they're fed this narrative that they're the victim class and everything when they're this, they're treated like better, they get away with all kinds of bad stuff, and it's just so gross. And once you wake up to the world and you say, and you think, you're like, hey man, there's something wrong with this, people think you're crazy, or like you're the bad person. You speak truth, they think you're messed up. But you know what? You have a voice, and you have the right to express yourself, right? Because like you don't have to accept all this crap, Speak truth. Speak truth. But this is a cool toy. It just looks cool, man. Like if I just saw this in the wild, I'd probably scoop it up for $1 or $2 or something, in a pawn store or something. eBay's great when it comes to these toys because they made a bunch of them. So if they got like weird, obscure stuff, like you can still find changeables for really cheap. And that's another thing about these toys is that they remind me a lot of the changeables because it's kind of like the spiritual successor. They didn't really come out with like they had the awesome changeables like where it was like Transformers changeables, and then they came out with like the Dino ones which aren't as good. But this is a just a dump truck, right? It looks like someone actually took a dump in the dump truck because, you know, look at it, it's just all brown and stuff. Just had that thought today. I was like, yeah, I didn't really think about it. But let's just stay PC and assume that it's sand or dirt. It's probably dirt. Yeah, it's just a dump truck, right? But yeah, it's got a little trigger right there and it's got teeth, of course. I mean, they all have teeth, right? So, yeah, it's just cool. This one when I first came across it, this was not one of my favorites, but I actually like this one now. It kind of grew on me a little bit. I like this one better than this one because this one is a little bit more tangible and like grounded in reality. This one's more like science fiction. Looks like Technodrome. Looks a little bit more removed from reality. I don't know what kind of spaceship shuttle that is, but yeah, it's cool. I'm dropping it, of course. It's not a real video. See, you know I'm not a reptilian, humanoid, organic portal synthetic human because of, you know, little things like that. I think it's those reptilian organic portal people. I know I feel halfway silly like when I'm talking about that stuff because I'm not being completely serious, but like if they have like huge production values and like they really care about their appearance and their hair and stuff, it's kind of a red flag. It's like, wait a minute, are you a real person? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because yeah, if you care about nothing but view counts and like quality with your videos and stuff like that, then like, I don't know, It's just it's kind of weird and forced and synthetic, I guess, with that. But just like it's cool, man. It's got like weird like gummy teeth where it's mostly gum and just like very little teeth, but still interesting. It's just there was this movie that looks horrible and it was called Monster Trucks, just monster trucks, and I don't know, those movies look like garbage. There was this movie like I came across information where I was looking at KJ's stuff that's strange going on right now, and like there was this movie called like Show Dogs, and there was this weird controversial scene where this show dog had to overcome being inspected by the let's just put it that way, just being inspected by the show people or whatever, and he had to overcome that and go into his happy place or whatever. And this is like a rated PG movie, and it got a lot of parents upset, rightfully so, and the crap that they try to force on us is just gross. It's really wrong. Like seriously, we need more moral outrage. Like, but they did edit the scene. They took the scene out. I think it's still in theaters, but like, don't go out and see that. And plus, that stuff is like garbage anyway. Like all that weird synthetic social engineering forced garbage crap. Some people, the majority of people are organic portals. They're just blank slates, and they're just like, I'm gonna go to the movie and do this, but they don't know what a good movie is. Like, I gotta look at trailers and stuff online to see if something's good enough for me to watch or something I want to watch, right? At least look at review scores and stuff. But I'm kind of selective about what I put through my filters. You know what I mean? And like I advise people to do that. But I mean, if you're just one of those dangerous, like I'm saying, it's dangerous. If you're just like a passive, just like one of those people who just doesn't really think deeply, and you're just all about appearance, it's just you're being fed the wrong messages. You know what I mean? It's just the state of the world is just so weird and vain and topical, and just like all the narcissism with like looking at your phones and just like taking pictures and looking at your phone all the time. I mean, I'm guilty of looking at the phone a lot too, and I guess we all have a little bit of narcissism going on, but I'm just talking about everything. This is my channel, man. Cool stuff. Attack Pack with Shaq, Shaquille O'Neal. I just wanted to spell Attack Pack with a Q, but this one's the cool one. I got another one with like kind of a better spring. This one's a little bit more stucky, but as you can see, it's just an aeroplane. It would be cooler. It's a jet, I believe, because those have to be two big jets right there. It would be cool if there was wheels on this thing, but I guess that they invested in like cool injection molding, pretty awesome stuff. But yeah, you just pinch these two parts right here, and bam. Doesn't that remind you of Beetlejuice with like those weird? They look like Spy versus Spy, like those pointy nose creatures or whatever. And then like some one of them opened up its mouth and it had eyeballs like as tonsils popping out. And that's kind of what's going on here. Yeah, the tongue matches the green of the plane. It's just very weird. I think that it's a little bit off. That I don't know. Maybe it's a stretch, but it looks a little bit subconscious because the two jet turbines and that looks phallic. And I guess not everything is kind of like a conspiracy like that, but I just wonder. I just wonder because that's the stuff I see, and just because I see stuff doesn't make me wrong or anything. I'm just questioning the world, man. You know what I mean? Because you don't, your subconscious absorbs everything without filtering it, but your higher self does, and not everything's your brain. Like your gut's something too. That's why like you kind of have like uh, generalized knowledge or just instincts when you abuse yourself with alcohol and stuff, because you still have all those nerves and stuff in your stomach. But yeah, it's just I don't know. This one's cool though, man, because it's just you can tell it kind of sticks, man, because it just like it kind of wants to stay in that position. But yeah, it's really kind of cool. I like it. Camo plane, it's the best. It just the weird, surreal nature of it. Just the whole thing is just often weird, often a good way. I think that it's I don't know. It's the attack pack, and I like it. It's cool. I just had to pick them up because they were super cheap. You can get these on eBay super duper cheap. And yeah, it's just this. Oh, they came bundled with Polly Pocket, which is very interesting because that's the female version of Mighty Max. Well, I mean, admittedly, Polly Pocket was before Mighty Max, but uh, yeah, like there were some Polly Pocket toys in McDonald's as well as Mighty Max toys in McDonald's. But you know how they'll have like 4 toys for boys, 4 toys for girls, and they had some Polly Pocket when the Attack Pack came out. It would have been cooler if they had Mighty Max toys and Polly Pocket at the same time, which might have had more of an interest. People would have been like, "Wait a minute, what is this? All these compact toys are coming out all at once. What is this?" And then who knows, man? But isn't it strange how people get into the most random stuff? Like people were like crazy into Beanie Babies when they were just like stuffed little toys, nothing special. Trying to keep those little TY tags from being bent by having little protector clips on it. But yeah, the '90s was a wonderful time. I also remember like 1989 because I was born in '84, and I remember '89. That's like kind of when I was starting to come out of my programming and then developing into my own consciousness kind of. So yeah, like I want to track down like old Mad magazines from '89 to I don't know. I want to say like '96, maybe as late as '99, '98, because that's when I started becoming really disenfranchised with how things were in the world. When all that Britney Spears stuff started coming out, I was like, oh man, come on. When like American Idol started coming out, I was like, no, like come on, you know what I mean? But there was like elements of like the '90s that I didn't like as well. Like I was reading the Mad magazine with the Addams Family, and like there was like Home Improvement. I didn't really like that show. I didn't really like Roseanne. I just kind of rejected those. It's like yeah, some people might like those shows, but I don't. But I mean that's cool because I can just focus on this, But yeah, getting back to the point, just wonderful times. 1994, man. Sometimes little things just kind of slip by you, like those Dino Riders. You got Attack Pack, And yeah, I mean, like this is kind of like the same thing as like Food Fighters. Like I kind of vaguely remember them, but then when I came across them later, I mean, of course, I don't feel about these like I do about the Food Fighters, but you just come across stuff later on, and you're like, you know what, those were cool, and you know, I kind of want them in my life because who knows, man? These things might. Well, I mean, McDonald's toys kind of stay kind of cheap. They kind of stay cheap, but when it comes to like actual like action figures and stuff like that, yeah, like go ahead and scoop them up if you feel like drawn to them. Is what I'm saying. I totally advocate for that. Um, but yeah, just definite little collector's pieces. I think they're really neat. And Attack Pack, everybody. Thanks for watching. Oh, I'm supposed to rate this. Dag nabbit, I keep doing this. Well, they're cool little toys. I like the changeables more. I would give the changeables like a solid 10. These are not as cool as the changeables, but they are pretty sweet. Um, I, I, I don't know. Like I didn't grow up with them, but I think they're still cool and noteworthy and cool enough to get. So what do I give them? 8.8. Do I recommend? Yeah, man, sure. Why not? And that's that. All right. Thanks for watching, guys.